Welcome to Dirt Diaries, the podcast where the women of agriculture get real. From muddy boots to boardrooms, we're digging into the unfiltered stories of the FarmHers, ranchers, and every her shaping the future of ag. This isn't just shop talk, it's real talk. We're covering career paths, big wins, hard lessons, and everything in between. So whether you live it every day or you're just ag curious, pop in your earbuds and get ready. These are the raw, inspiring, and wildly relatable conversations you won't hear anywhere else. Let's dig in. Hey everyone, welcome back to Dirt Diaries. Today's guest is a woman who knows what it means to wear a lot of hats. Christina Woerner McInnis. She's the founder and CEO of AgriMarketing Solutions, a full-service agency helping ag brands tell their stories in ways that truly connect. She's also a fifth-generation farmer, part of the Woerner family legacy in Alabama. In this episode, Christina opens up about balancing entrepreneurship, motherhood, and farm life, while also running for Alabama's Commissioner of Ag. We talk about the challenges and rewards of keeping a family farm thriving, the role of ag in Alabama's economy and identity, and her vision for a future where innovation and tradition work hand in hand. This conversation will leave you inspired, encouraged, and reminded of the power of a clear mission. So you know what? Let's get dirty with Christina. Okay, well, here we are, another wonderful episode of Dirt Diaries. And Christina, thank you so much. You are so busy, and I can't believe you even found the time to come on here and speak with me, but I really, really appreciate it. You and I actually got to meet at your guys' family farm in Alabama. So let's just kick it off with that. You are going to have an upcoming episode on this season of FarmHer and RanchHer, so that's super exciting. But give our listeners, our viewers, just, a little background of who you are.
Great. Kirby, thank you for having me on Dirt Diaries. This is so exciting. So my name is Christina Woerner McInnis, and I am actually a fifth-generation farmer. My family has been farming here in Alabama in Baldwin County since 1906. And we have done everything from row crops and all different cattle, but primarily known today as turf grass, natural turf grass. So we grow grass a lot in the Southeast primarily, but we also have Colorado Division 2. And I have 4 children, and I have been married to my husband for 22 years. And my mom's side of the family are used to be sweet potato farmers. So really, I'm kind of double bred as a farmer, I guess is a good way of saying it. And having the 6th generation coming up, and I'm raising them. It's interesting. Farming's a lot different looking ahead at this next generation and what they're going to do.
I know, and I think that's so interesting, and we'll dive into this a little bit more. I got to obviously meet your family and your husband, your kids, your brother, you name it, and your parents, and it is such a family business, and that is challenging, right? And wanting to pass this on to the next generation is challenging. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Sure. So I've warned anyone how loud the conference room table can get. So we have tried to do all kinds of different sound shielding, but we're very passionate family. And in doing so, it is not easy, but you can see where a lot of your family members are coming at decisions with passion of wanting to make this company sustainable, wanting to grow it in the future. And we have a lot of dynamic personalities. And so God gave each of us different talents. Like my sister, very good with the financial side of it. She went to school to be an accountant. My brother loves being on the tractor. I love selling. So he kind of gave each of us a talent, and then together we each try to understand each other's talents, because what you bring to the table helps us grow and make decisions for what's great for the business. And looking at the next generation, someone asked me the other day, are your kids going to farm? And I said, well, I want to make sure that agriculture opportunity exists, because we need to feed Alabama and we need to feed the nation and globally. And so what's interesting, though, the next generation is my daughter also is going into accounting, but she came and said, I think I'm going to get a minor in ag econ. And I said, that's probably one of the greatest things you can do. So you're looking ahead and looking at their skill sets of what they want to do with farming and how they look at it. And that's super exciting, because a lot of farming, going into just this one specific child, a lot of farmers don't like to do that part behind the desk and get there and look at the numbers and chew them out and figure out how to really make those numbers sing for the farm in the book. So it's exciting and it's tough. And like I said, look out for those family conference room tables. They will get quite animated and loud.
I love that. I mean, again, you have 4 kids. They all stood their own ground when we were there filming, and they were all so dynamic and so funny with each other. Their personalities really came out while we were filming. I mean, as a mom, when you were obviously we were there to film about you and being a FarmHer in this industry, but having your family participate was so special, so neat, and thank you so much again for allowing that to happen. But watching your kids participate in the different things that we did, what was that like, kind of on the behind the scenes?
So behind the scenes, we talk a lot of smack. So, I mean, and I mean, I did with my siblings too. I mean, goodness, I mean, there was a lot of tough love on the farm, and we didn't let up as siblings. I mean, we would throw punches. We would, I mean, we're pretty mean to each other. And those kids are the same thing. They're talking smack. Who's a better shooter? Who could do this? Who could do that? And that's who they are, and they're highly competitive. And so that was fun to watch them kind of be willing to show that to television, because sometimes you keep that behind closed doors and you don't necessarily show everybody that. And so they're becoming comfortable with showing people their personalities, of how strong-willed they are, and how it really is really cool to grow up on a farm and do those kind of activities and be proud of that.
Yeah, and this back to the smack talking. I really like that because you and your husband, you kind of encouraged it. You're like, hey, healthy competition is healthy and competition is good in general. So it was, I don't know. I know our crew loved it. It was like really funny. You guys let loose and you were like, filming a TV show or not, like, this is who we are. This is what you get. And like, gloves off. Here we go. I thought it was great.
Yeah, you're going to get it all authentic. They're not going to hold anything back. And that's great, because, you know, life's too short to be too normal, have a little fun with it.
Exactly. Okay, so I kind of want to go back to this real quick. I mean, obviously later in Dirt Diaries, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna play some games, kind of, take off our own gloves, I should say, and people can get to know you in a different light. But in the meantime, I want you to talk about something that's kind of exciting. You are a voice in ag. You are a voice for the state of Alabama. I don't want to give too much away, so go ahead and go tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, Kirby, here you go. This is the speech. My name is Christina Woerner McInnis, and I am running for Alabama's Commissioner of Ag and Industries. And it is exciting. And so I'm a political candidate, and I am all over the state of Alabama, 67 counties. And you don't realize how big a statewide race is until you have to be in all 67 counties. And then, by the way, when you're in each county, you're realizing that you've missed 10 other events in other different counties. And so the days are short right now. I'm not getting to enough places, running from sunup to sundown, because I'm passionate about leading Alabama into the future for what we have coming with leadership and decisions regarding agriculture and industries. And this role, it touches almost every Alabamian every day. And a lot of the population, I'm going to say national population and state population, has taken this role for granted. But this role is so critically important. It not only touches farming, it does weights and measures at the gas pumps and in the grocery stores. It affects the public school cafeteria and the menu there, what goes on the plate. And so it is all over, and it's so much more than just farmers. And I think that's what's so great about me, is I can bring a lot of my perspectives of being a mom, being a woman, and being a farmer and a businesswoman to the table for this position. It's exciting. I'm all over. I will tell you this. Here's your funny thing about it, going back to smack talking with my children. So, stepping out of the private world to run for politics is definitely difficult. You put your family on a platform for the whole world to look at. You open yourself and expose yourself to a lot there. So here I am, and I'm going to all these different strawberry festivals, and it is at Coleman, I mean, all over Loxley and so forth. And every time I go, I collect, of course, strawberries while I'm there. And so Georgia Lucille is up at Auburn taking her finals. And so when she drives home, the first thing she does is she runs to the refrigerator, opens it up, and then she lets me, she goes, well, where's those strawberries? And I'm like, well, that strawberry shortcake was really good. Sorry. I ate them all. Well, she doesn't just smack talk me. She goes to my campaign Facebook page and she tells everybody, my mama ate all the strawberries and didn't leave any for her kids. And I'm like, oh yeah.
You're like, what? What? You can't be doing that. But that's actually really funny.
I have people telling me that they actually check the Facebook page, not about what I'm doing on the campaign trail, but what my kids are telling me about it. So it's a journey for the whole family. And I'm excited to put myself in the role and having my children embrace this. And I can, if I've got a moment, I'll tell you.
Yeah, please.
When you're looking at the future, and I know you guys cover a lot of the farm bill and just recently what the one big beautiful bill that just passed, and how you have the reference prices and then you have the base acres and so forth and the different funding that's coming. And so we're making progress, having someone in Alabama with a seat at the table to talk real live topics of what's going on here and how things are impacting us here, and having an educated and a smart discussion. Now that we're making progress, let's put fuel behind it and let's keep this going. We have a lot of more work to do. And so I'm excited to be in that role. And, looking at it from a mom's perspective, especially when you're looking at 3/4 of the farm bill is being spent on SNAP, which is the supplemental nutrition. And the national average is 13%. But here in Alabama, we have 15% of Alabamians on that program. So I think roughly 1 in 7 in our state. And the children that are on that program, 3 out of 4 are clinically obese. And one of the top products that are being purchased with SNAP is soda. And so we have farmers in our state that are, our number one is poultry here. Okay. So when I talk to my kids, I say it's chicken. Okay. All right. Because we're kind of from the South, the poultry's grown up kind of towards the North. So, my 12-year-old's like, it's chicken, So when you look at obvious things for how our state can really move the needle forward is, look, we need to get healthier foods on the plate for children. Okay. We need to put money in the pockets of our farmers. Well, let's do 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's use more Alabama chicken on the plate for our kids, putting dollars in the farmers' pockets and putting healthier options on the plate. So there's going to be a lot of things that I'm looking at working on, but that's more of like, something I'm excited about, because we can make some really small decisions that make huge impacts. And so I'm excited to have a seat at the table about that.
And I mean, you already mentioned it, being a mom, obviously, and having that perspective, but also having the voices of your children kind of weigh in on what, they think or what, would benefit them as they're, growing and evolving as human beings, healthier options. I'm sure they would like healthier options if they went to school and, there's only so many choices and things like that. It's very interesting.
Well, my son did tell me, he said, look, Mom, you can't drop me off in Carline with those vote for Christina magnets on the car. Okay. We're just not doing that. And then furthermore, when you do make changes, my friend said you can make changes to our school menu and our public, because they go to public school. He's like, it better be good ones. Okay, Mom, it better be good ones, because I'm going to hear about it.
Yeah, he's like, well, and I actually wanted to ask you that because obviously, like I said, I mean, being around your family, everyone was great. Everyone participated. They really let loose. They were themselves, very well-mannered children, though. When you take a step back and you look at everything, obviously you want to run for this position and you want to be elected to this position because you want to see the change, the change that needs to be made and you want to make that change. But having your family also sign up for this, like you mentioned, is really challenging because you're asking your kids to be looked at on a microscope and behave accordingly. And at the end of the day, they're just kids.
And what's interesting is they're even learning about politics. So I have two that can vote, and I can, and when Georgia signed up to vote, to register to vote, she said, Mom, I get to vote for you, you know?
That's cool.
And then she FaceTimes me from class, and she's like, my classmate said that when you're in office, we need you to lower gas prices. And I said, Georgia, I don't do anything about the prices on the gas pump. It's the weights and measures. If you buy a gallon, you put a gallon in the car. Well, no, Mama, they said that you can lower gas prices. No. So you're right. They're along for this journey, whether they're telling me to take magnets off my car because I'm embarrassing him in car line. He's going to hear it from his friends if I choose the wrong type of changes in the public school cafeteria to completely things that have nothing to do with the office, and she's being told by friends. So the good thing is we're talking about it and we're communicating and we're sharing the importance of stepping up to run for politics. They're all in it with us, and we're all trying to make Alabama a place where this is in our state, this is our number one industry. But also when you're looking at the nation and the globe, we play such a key role in feeding not only our state, the nation, and globally. And I believe the statistic is globally by 2050, we have to increase our food supply by 70%.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, when you're looking at staggering statistics and the amount of farmland that is either being sold to China, foreign companies, or development, just selling, the family selling out, picking that check up for we are in a tight, dangerous place if we can't figure out how to make farming sustainable, scalable, and successful with profits. And I'll really emphasize this, which as I look at my 4 kids, our largest national security issue is we are not getting the next generation of young farmers in the field successfully. They are choosing other paths that are easier, have air conditioning. And you look at the battles, literally blood, sweat, and tears that my grandparents, their great grandparents have put in to us being able to stand on their shoulders of their hard work. They're reaching a point where it's becoming so hard and so difficult. And I mean, they even got to see my grandfather in the sweet potato shed. When he passed away, most of his fingertips were gone.
Wow.
Most of it just simply because just the hard work that was there and having a lot of injuries sustained on the farm. It really does come back to how difficult and going blood, sweat, and tears are poured into agriculture and farming.
Yeah, and financially taxing, right? It isn't the pretty job. But yeah, we've talked about this on other episodes, and I've talked about it a lot with different people. A little bit like the Yellowstone effects that did make people realize, and in a positive way, have an appreciation for ranching and farmland and just land. Out in places that maybe people weren't accustomed to seeing land, rural America, if you will. But at the end of the day, the time, the energy, the money it takes to be in this industry and to sustain it and to pass it down to the next generation, I mean, it's almost impossible.
And if there was a handbook for success that you could stamp and copy and paste and repeat, I'd love to see it, because each generation has its own dynamics. And then you face different things along the way. So let's say, you have some that need to sell out for pricing and so forth, that the land hit a certain value and they're just going to put those chips into, natural resource issues, water issues, fertilizer costs have tripled, equipment prices are through the roof. And so all that being said, but if we don't get behind it with ingenuity and bring this to a scalable, successful way, we're not going to be able to eat. It's
Yep.
as simple as that.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And I think that's one of the reasons why we like to travel around and film FarmHer and RanchHer, because if anybody gets, a little glimpse of that show or even a snippet on social media, they realize at the end of the day, there's a few things that a human really needs, but one of them definitely is food.
Right.
And so, and to have food, there's something that comes with that. And that's usually a farmer or a rancher. And so, and that's the land that we have to live on and grow, the food and run the cattle and run the sheep and, raise the herd. And that's just how it goes. And so, enlightening people and educating them on that, I think is so important. And that's why, we have someone like you and we're like, we got to get, I know you're busy on the campaign trail, but we got to get out to your guys' farm. And I want to switch gears and ask you a little bit about that. When we came there, I think it was maybe late January, early February time, if I'm correct, or February time. Um, and so was it what you expected? What was it like kind of, on the backside of things filming FarmHer?
Okay, so anytime you've got cameras on you, you're nervous, I mean, like going out and getting on the tractor and then, you're all mic'd up, not saying any kind of bad words when you do something wrong.
Yeah.
And then, also for us, because we are turf grass during that time, we did a lot of filming with the dormant grass. And just to kind of give you a little backstory on a lot of people don't like to buy grass when it's dormant. But in fact, it's the best time because when you're looking at nutrition and stress on turf grass, when you're dormant, when you go and install it in your house, outside in your yard, the grass blade is not working. The part it's kind of sitting there. The roots get to use all that nutrition and energy and begin to make establishment. So it's kind of requiring half the work, but it's doing its job. Whereas you buy it during, like, let's say now, and you're in the dog days of summer, that grass is going vertical and it's trying to shoot down, and you're fighting insect pressures, disease pressures, all different kinds of things. And so, having you kind of, it was nice to tell that story of the importance of dormant grass, although it might
Yeah.
not look pretty on some of the filming. In fact, it's a great time to go do that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Well, it's really interesting for us to learn about. I mean, I've told you, you only know what you know sometimes, right? Or what people tell you. But I'm like, oh, as I hit my mic. But I had no idea how any of that worked. And it's fascinating to learn about it. And, it's interesting to learn about that. There's been generations of families who have been, growing this and making sure that everybody, could have this product. It's just crazy. It was cool. It was really, really neat to learn about.
And kind of talking about how it's evolved also, like operational efficiencies over the years. You know, we used to hand stack those pallets. And so stand behind the tractor and you would throw that pallet and put it together. Now all of that is automated with the Fireflies. So you almost press the button go and it does everything and perfectly stacks it. So, neat and perfect. And so the efficiencies that have happened over the decades have really helped us be able to scale and do a better job at what we do.
Yeah, the technology, man, even with the tractors like we've talked about. Yeah, it just all plays a huge role. Okay, now we're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to play some fun games with you. And this one, we're just going to break the ice, although we've been already talking. And I feel like, I mean, I know you because obviously I went to your home and so I got to visit you. But we'll just start with a few of these questions. What is maybe your weirdest or the most odd habit you have?
It's an odd habit I have. I mean, I'm a terrible cracker. I love cracking my knuckles and stuff, but I don't know if that's weird. I think other people do that too.
That's kind of funny though.
Yeah, I have to watch it because, like, I'll be in church or somewhere really quiet, and I'll just and I look around and everybody's just looking at me. So that's a bad habit I have. I also um I also play with my hair a lot when I think, like
Hmm.
I do that. Um Gracious. You know what? That would be a question for my husband to answer.
You're right. Actually, you're right. That he was like, I can tell you. And you're like, I
What
didn't
are my
have any
kids?
idea that was weird.
Let me text my kids. What's my worst habit?
That is great. Okay, what about a guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure. Okay. Okay. Here's my guilty pleasure. I love the sun. I do. As a farmer, I've been outside. I love the sun. I love being outside, exposed to the sun. And I have already had half my head cut off here with basil and so forth. So that is my guilty pleasure is I just love vitamin D. I love and another one is I love to smell a dirt road. I guess that maybe is a weird. I love to smell as rain is coming. You can smell the dirt road, you know? And so a lot of mine has to do with nature because I like, but I also know you can only, you can't really be out in the sun all the time. You'll pay that cost.
Yeah. So do you not wear like a hat or sun protection or?
I do now. I
Well,
do.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure your doctor, dermatologist said, "Hey, Christina, get
Yeah.
that hat on."
I mean, but you can kind of see where like the hat brim ends about right here, like that kind of thing. And so like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that is funny. Okay, switching to food. I know you mentioned strawberry shortcake earlier, but do you have a favorite condiment that you like to use in excess?
100% ketchup. 100. I have made my husband turn around and go get ketchup. Like
Oh,
I almost to the point that I store it in my car in the console.
oh, you love it that much.
Yeah, and pickles. And pickles. I will bring pickles to a restaurant. Like I had a burger this weekend, and they're like, "We have pickled onions." I'm like, "That does not constitute as a pickle."
You're like, that's not a pickle. No, Okay, I like pickles too, but I mean, bringing it to the restaurant,
And
carrying around ketchup with you. Yeah, I would laugh next time I saw you and you had like ketchup in your purse or something. That'd be great. That would be really funny. Do you have a hidden talent?
yeah, I'm a great snake killer. So
Oh,
like poisonous snakes, like I'm not scared. Like I'm not. I know that they're danger, but like you give me a shovel or a gun, and I'm taking it out. Like I will let the
Dunzo.
non-poisonous go, like the black racers. I love that, but I don't relocate poisonous snakes. They go, and I'm really good at it.
You're like done with it.
People
Um,
call me to come get their snakes.
that is interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, oof. Yeah, no, I'm going the other direction. I'd have to call you from Alabama to come help me out. Be like, can you get here as quick as you can? Um, again, I know you are in a role that you really love, obviously. As a wife, a mother, a farmer, but an advocate, I should say, a political figure. But is there something when the day is done that you just kind of have your least favorite part of the day?
Okay, so in doing the family business, I developed and founded Agritech, and we developed Soil Kit 365. And behind the scenes, we power Lowe's Stay Green Soil Test Kit, Site One. We do the Let's Go Soil Test Kit, and I love doing that, solving problems. But do you want to know how much I did not want to become a software CEO? Like I never saw farming moving in that direction. I always thought farming was like hands in the soil, working
You
tractors.
like the sun. You want to be out there getting that
Yeah.
tan.
And then it was suddenly like, there's a void in the marketplace. We need to help people grow healthy, make the right product decisions at the right rate for the right reason. This has to do with environmental concerns, pocketbook, crop. And it was like, there's not a product on the market. Oh, okay. Well, it's just going to be really simple, really simple. So that was difficult to realize how much I had to learn to become a software CEO, and I have a whole new respect for software now, and but it was the right thing to do, and sometimes doing the right thing is not always easy. So that was really difficult and hard for me to do. I stand by it. I'm excited about it. I love seeing it in the marketplace. I love helping people, but that one was a hard lift for
I
me.
know we met some of your team members when we were visiting and filming, and you had said that you were surrounded by some good teammates that really pull up the weight when it comes to inputting some of the numbers in the computer and doing all of that. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
not my favorite.
talking about coding things and all. I'm like, look, I just need 1 pound of nitrogen, 1 pound of phosphorus, 3 pounds potassium at a 2,500 square foot with the zoysia lawn. I need it to tell me exactly how much fertilizer to go put out based off the.
That's foreign language to me too. You saying that right now, you say it so seamlessly, and I'm like, what?
And so That's hard. And so luckily I have team members here that are super talented and they've embraced also something new, and we're the, I mean, we were the first lab-based soil tests to ever hit the big box.
which is so impressive.
So impressive.
What
So,
an accomplishment, though. That's really, really neat. Something people would be surprised to know about you.
um, okay. So I I literally would go out to the field and I would help birth the cows. That people don't think I can actually like get out in the field and do something, when they meet me now. But I can play the flute and the piccolo, and
Oh,
I like to race cars. I like,
what?
yeah, I've gone to speed performance racing school. Yeah.
Have you, was that, okay, let's talk about this for a second. Was this like since a child? Were you like Need for Speed? Or
No,
like,
no, no. My father-in-law introduced me to it. And
okay.
so we went out for, I think maybe like his 60th birthday. I think we spent his 60th birthday. And then we went out for his 70th. And now I'm like, I think one more class away from getting certified or something. So I don't have time, but I love it. I love it. I love getting in a fast car and doing the whole NASCAR thing. Like
Oh
that's,
my gosh.
yes, yes.
Killing snakes, racing cars. I mean, come on now. What can't you do?
I mean, but I will say this, if somebody's surprising to say that, I actually enjoy politics. I think the policy, a lot of people hate that kind of stuff. So it's surprising. I love it. I love it.
Maybe that is your weirdest habit right there, is
Yeah.
enjoying politics. Okay, if you could participate in one reality TV series, what would it be? Like, obviously, there's The Bachelor, but Survivor, Amazing Race, Fear Factor, Dancing with Stars.
I can't believe I'm about to say this on the podcast, but I'm going to. You got to put me on one of those Real Housewives or whatever, and I can just sit at the table and call them all crazy. Be like, y'all gonna put the train back on the tracks. Somebody needs to be a farmer. Somebody needs to have reality. I need to speak truth in your life. Like, we got to get you outside on a tractor with some purpose. Yeah.
I like that. Hey, Real Housewives of Alabama. Or I guess they could do more countywide. Because how many people live in your guys' county?
Oh
Do you
gosh,
know?
I don't know how many live in our county. 50 some. I think
I
we've
was
got.
like, do you probably have a large county. How large is the town where you guys live?
So believe it or not, we only have 6,500 registered voters in our city. But
Okay.
Baldwin County is one of the fastest growing counties in the state, and even like the nation. People look at how fast our county is growing. So here we got huge farm owners, great soil, and lots of pressure for development and moving because we do have great natural resources here, good soil, and then quality of life with like fire and police, and then the beaches and everything around. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
you can go from a farm to a beach in 15 minutes.
Farm to a beach in 15 minutes. That's a bumper sticker or a t-shirt. Okay, switching it up. Farm Life Fast Five is this game. And so the first question is, first thing you do before checking emails.
Oh, again, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this. I check my social media. Isn't that terrible? I got to go see the news first. That's where I get my
No,
news.
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Where do you get, is it like Twitter or where do you get, or just social media in general, all the things?
Like I'll open it up, the Facebook in the morning, but then I'll also get my X tweets, the little,
Yeah.
I get those
Oh yeah,
notifications.
X,
And
not
then I have
Twitter, my
my
bad.
news app too. And so I'll go hit the news app too. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
not bad. Got to be informed, especially we liked an informed politician. I hate to break it to you. So that is a good thing.
Yeah. And then also, I also have a great Bible devotion app in the morning. It's Church of the Highlands. And so every day I get up and I read my little devotion too on my app. And I love that one too. That one really it puts my head in the right place for the day kind of thing too. Yeah.
That people probably appreciate that too, especially when you're going to check emails. So if you get an email you don't like, it's like, you know what? You go back to the devotional that you read that morning. It's like, you know what? I'll answer this nicely. Boots or heels on a Monday or on the campaign trail?
Well, okay, it's Monday. Hold on.
Oh, we got some boots on. There we go. I like it.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh yeah.
it's boots.
Um, your favorite guilty pleasure then, like when the days wind down, you're getting ready to go to bed or you're laying in bed. It's kind of your thing that you do.
Again, I'll probably embarrassingly say I just go turn to social media and I get on those reels, okay?
Yep.
And then you get on like the Dotson ones, and like I can't get enough. I cannot get enough of the meme, the reels. I mean, it's terrible. It's funny.
People are funny. People are creative. I like it. Um, well, this one I feel like, well, I don't know, might not be an easy answer, but what's a crop that matches your personality?
Sunflowers.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
love them.
Okay.
Like the sunflower.
Great
I
answer.
wrote a blog on it too, and how the sun. It's a terminology, and it's a fancy word. I know the sunflower will follow the sun. It's of course I can't think about it now that I'm being filmed. But like I love the sun on my face, and like
Mm-hmm.
yellow is my favorite color. Love, love, love sunflowers.
What's your go-to hype song before a big pitch, or if you're getting ready to get out there on stage and talk to some people on the campaign trail, or you're getting the kids ready for church on Sunday? What's a hype song you've got?
Oh, let me look at my. I like that one right now that all the fighter pilots are doing. Have you again going back to the reels? Um, it's Bucket Full Beats by Surreal. I mean,
Oh,
it's like
have
a
to listen to that.
yeah,
It's a
it's
good
a
one.
yeah. I mean, hang on. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you got that
Oh my
one?
God.
Yeah.
That's like a
But
rave.
and like so I love the Blue Angels because we
Okay.
live right next to Florida. So the Blue Angels will do buzzes around our area, and then we'll go watch the Blue Angels. And so they do a lot of the fighter pilots, and they have their dogs with them. Like they'll have the dogs, and they're jumping out of planes, and they do it to this song right here, and it is just like amazing together.
I think too, obviously, because this will come out before your episode comes out, kind of set the stage. I'm going to take a break on the games real quick. Set the stage for, and I know you talked about where you guys live, but so people could grasp, because I had never been to that part of Alabama. I didn't know. And so it's a really beautiful area where you guys live. Tell people about that.
So Baldwin County, you've got the north part, which is Bay Minette, and then you'll come around Foley, and then you curve down into like Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. So you have like the island there, farmlands, Bon Secours, Foley, and I was born and raised in Alberta. And then towards the north, which kind of ties into the interstate. And it's funny that back in the day, like when my great grandparents settled here, the beach was like zero value. Zero. Nobody wanted to buy there. Nobody wanted to live there because you couldn't farm. I mean, it was sand, and they thought it was just had no value to it. So everybody settles up here, and our soils are great, good farming, great resources. And now you've got these beautiful farms, but the beach is the most valuable part of this. This is what ties millions of visitors to come here through Baldwin County, is because they end up at the beach. And one of the things I do want to work on is we have Sweet Grown Alabama here in our state. It's a brand certification. And if you grow something here in our state, you can be brand certified Sweet Grown Alabama. And so, like if it's your strawberries or your corn or potatoes, well, what I want to do is, because this brand certification is amazing and that's our number one, agriculture is our number one industry. I want to take Sweet Grown and make it an experience, so that when the tourists come, because we have millions of them and they're coming to the beach. So as they're coming down the arteries of 6585, they become sticky and they want to go blueberry picking on the way to the beach. They want to go strawberry picking. They want to go get some Chilton County peaches. They want to experience all these things on the way down. So if we've got these, let's make these millions of visitors sticky and give them the best experience. Like, yeah, the beach is why you're coming, but this is why Alabama's great, and it's agriculture.
That right there. And I mean, I thought the farm ground, that might be one of my weirdest habits, but I always think farm ground is so pretty, like farmland, you name it. I'm like, oh, it's just stunning. It's like, I don't know. And I thought it was so pretty out where you guys lived. I loved it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Okay, so we're gonna go from truths from the tractor, if I can even get out my T's. So finish the sentence, short and honest, but here we go. The best business ideas come to me when
I'm complaining about a problem. That's when the best business ideas is because you realize that there's a problem in the marketplace. Yeah. And I say, oh, I wish I had this to solve my problem today.
Okay. One thing I wish more people knew about farming is
It's the backbone of America. It's how our land grant universities were formed. When you study the whole land grants, extensions, the nation was built on agriculture, and we fight every day to get away from it. But when in fact, it's a vital, essential for our nation. And I, I just wish people realized the criticalness of agriculture, that it's not just for that farmer out there, it is for survival.
what keeps me going on hard days is
I have a great family. I have a I have really cool kids. I have a wonderful husband. And when you have hard days, you get home and you realize your heart's full with love. So, I mean, they keep me going, hands down.
I love that. My proudest moment on this journey so far is
Okay, journey is as a in the family business or on the political campaign?
do both. Answer it both ways.
Okay. Okay, repeat that question. My proudest.
My proudest moment on this journey so far is
Okay. So one thing you'll learn about me, I love being a mother. Like I love being a mom. So my proudest is going to be my 4 kids along the journey, no matter work or politics. I am very proud of Agritech. That was a very difficult thing for me to do software. I'm proud of the answers it's providing people who didn't know they needed the answers, but were looking for a solution. And then in politics, my proudest is going to be when the first ever, actually, I'm going to kind of break a couple barriers. I know I'll be the first female for Alabama, but I think I may even be one of the youngest, if not the youngest. So I'm really breaking barriers in Alabama we are kind of known for being very comfortable and resisting change. And I can say that because I am a farmer. We get resistant to change, but making constituents in this state comfortable with change, comfortable with a female. And Brooke Rollins at the national level is doing me huge favors with that right now. I am so proud of her. I mean, what she's doing with the New World screwworm, the avian flu, and just, owning respect for the nation in this role. I am proud of her, and I look forward to modeling very similar after her and leading Alabama with that same reputation and professionalism that she's doing for the nation.
Well, if I was there, you'd have my vote. So, but I love it. Again, we're going to wrap up here on Dirt Diaries. And we kind of like to end the show with if you were going to write a journal entry in your diary that you could read right now, or even your future self could read, what would it say? What would you write?
So interesting. Growing up, my dad always said diamonds are only made with heat and pressure. And that statement is ever true. You are going to receive heat, you're going to receive pressure, you're going to receive hard days. But I can promise you, persevering through those times on the other side, you will be more valuable as a diamond than something lackluster. So put your big girl panties on, pull those boots on super high, get through the hard days, get through the heat and pressure, because you will be shining as a diamond on the other side. He was right on that. And the path less traveled has always paid off for me.
I love that. Christina, thank you so much. We were digging in with you today. That was so fun here on Dirt Diaries. And like I said, I enjoyed my time filming the show with you. I can't wait for that to air this fall. And I can't wait to just watch you on the campaign trail and see everything that unfolds. It's not only for my viewing pleasure, but for everyone in agriculture. Because you're in it, it's a better place. So thank you.
Well, you're only going to go watch Georgia comment. I mean,
yeah, now I am on Facebook. I'm like, I love when she's going to call out her mom now. This is great. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Kirby.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's it for today's episode of Dirt Diaries, where the women of ag leave no story untold. If you loved what you heard, be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with someone else. Until next time, keep showing up, speaking out, and getting your hands dirty.